morning. It's Wednesday, November 19th. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Wex Wake Up. I'm Natasha Sweet. The Trump administration announced sweeping steps to gut the Department of Education by transferring 6 key grant programs to other federal agencies.
The announcement really follows the plan that President Trump has had since day one, and that is returning education to the states. He fully believes, as do I, the best education is that's closest to the child, and not run from a bureaucracy in Washington, D.C.
The move offloads responsibilities to the Departments of Labor, Health and Human Services, Interior, and State, including $28 billion in elementary and secondary education funding and higher education grants. Officials say this sends more dollars to classrooms and empowers states and local leaders, aligning with President Trump's executive order to downsize the agency. Secretary McMahon cited the recent government shutdown as proof the department is unnecessary, noting schools remained open and teachers were paid. The White House is exploring ways to bypass Congress and issue $2,000 tariff rebate checks to non-high-income Americans, despite a steep estimated cost of $450 billion.
I think what I heard him say yesterday is he's thinking about something maybe midway into next year when the tariff revenue is realized and we can figure out what that looks like. But I think it would require an act of Congress, so we'll have to see how. I'm not sure what's being proposed, so it's sort of a hypothetical.
President Trump announced the plan in early November, aiming to distribute the checks starting in mid-2026 using revenue from sweeping tariff hikes. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stressed that legislation would likely be needed. The idea has been circulating since July, with Trump floating rebates and Senator Josh Hawley introducing a similar bill for $600 per taxpayer, though it stalled. Alternatives like using funds to pay down the national debt have also been proposed by Bessent and House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum rejected President Trump's suggestion of military strikes against drug cartels in Mexico, despite massive youth-led protests raging across the country demanding action on violent crime.
So potentially launching strikes in Mexico, or putting American troops or American personnel into Mexico to deal with the cartels?
Would I launch strikes in Mexico to stop drugs? If we had to, would we do there what we've done to the waterways? You know, there's almost no drugs coming in through our waterways anymore.
Sheinbaum stressed that such U.S. intervention would threaten Mexico's sovereignty, citing the 19th century Mexican-American War, where the U.S. seized half of Mexico's territory. The protest, organized by disgruntled Gen Z activists via social media, erupted over government corruption and inaction against powerful drug cartels. Trump condemned the unrest from the Oval Office, expressing frustration with Mexico's government amid his call for aggressive measures to stop drug trafficking. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday morning. For more stories, be sure to head on over to our website and give us a follow on social media so you can stay in the know on all that's trending in politics. Have a great day.